my fellow gamers? In today's video, we are going over some tips on how to complete the gateway of Reunion fast. That way you can get your guaranteed choice SSR unit. Like and sub for more amazing games. All right, so let's head over to the gateway and you get to choose one of the 3 characters from the season 1. I have Yami, the green attacker. Clear the memory hall 3 times. That is self-explanatory. There's no tricks behind that. Same thing with this one. Play in the arena 15 times. It doesn't matter if you win or lose. You just got to play in the arena, participate. You can bang this out in like 2 days. Next one we have is clear bond patrols 50 times. Now this one is fairly easy, but my biggest suggestion is going to be not to try and grind this out too early on. So what you really want to do is you want to get through as much as you can in these chapter main story quests. Currently I'm on chapter 3, and that is because if we head on over to those bond patrols, every time you get to a new world, a new set of these bond patrols will open up, and you want to do the highest world level possible because it's going to give you more bond experience points. You don't want to do it like day 1 brand new player and just try and grind out world 1 50 times on one of these. You're going to get very low bond experience points, and that's going to go hand in hand because there's some other quests in this is going to require us to get stuff like a character to an LR rarity, and then we're going to need to get them to a bond level 10. So the first thing is definitely don't try and grind these early stages out. Get to at least world 3, which is like chapter 3, before you even start to try and grind out like 50 of these bad boys at once. And also make sure you're using a food buff with that as well to get that extra bond experience too. That way you can knock out 2 birds with 1 stone. Next one we got is clear limited challenges 20 times. Now I am behind on this because I missed like a whole day of progression. So my account is kind of far behind other people if you're consistently playing. But this one, another one that's fairly easy. I'm 7 away. We go over to those limited challenges right here. These are very restricted, so this is something you don't ever want to miss. If you have very limited time in the day, and let's say you only got maybe 10 minutes to play or 20 minutes, this you cannot miss because these are attempts that reset daily, and once you use these, there's no other way to purchase additional attempts. So we got 3 attempts right here on the special episode. Then we got 1, 1, and 1. And these are just for different resources. You got your Mage XP, your gold coins, your Yol. And then we have some Mage pieces and upgrade materials for your gear. But don't ever miss these a day, just like I did. I missed like a whole day of these, which really set me back because that's 3, 4, 5, 6. Those are 6 challenges that would be added to my progression right here. So I would almost have this completed by now. Next one we have is level up a mage to level 80 1 time. This is another one that you have to be careful and don't get caught up in a trap. And a big trap is you're going to come over to these normal challenges and people are going to try and grind out this mage XP so that way they can get a character to 80. Don't do that, especially early game, because if you just keep going through these main story quests, all these chapter quests, you're going to get a ton of experience points over time just from doing these. You're also going to just be randomly completing your dailies and other additional events that's going to give you those XP potions. So there's really no reason to ever do this evergreen forest at the beginning to try and get a character up to level 80. You really don't need to. If you do get to the point where you're kind of desperate, then just use all of your level up potions on whatever hero is like one of your main heroes, so one of your strong heroes. So for me, it's Mars. I'm 3 away from getting Mars to level 80. But for the most part, if you just follow that main story quest, you're gonna have enough experience points to go ahead and complete that. Next one is reach LR with any mage, and this is kind of goes hand in hand with that bond patrol one that we still have to do. So remember we had this one, complete a bond patrol 50 times. That's giving us that bond experience points. Well, we need that in order to go ahead and get one of our heroes to an LR rarity. And the other thing you can also do is use some of your gifts. I know early on the game gives you a ton of these like gifts that you can give to specific characters. And what I'm gonna say is don't use them just yet right away. Grind out those 50 bond patrol stages first and then see what level you are, and especially when you're going through the campaign story quest, because every time you pretty much do any battle, you gain this. So don't come in here and just like try and jack up a level 1 to level 10, or just don't do it too quickly. These, I would say, your gifts, you should use your gifts very, very carefully and only when you're kind of close to hitting that 10 mark. So what I mean by that is, let's say for instance, I need to do promotion right here to get him to LR. Let's say that I got him at level 80. I already did my 50 bond patrols and I'm just like, I'm itching to go ahead and get him to an LR. And maybe let's say that's like my last gateway of reunion quest. Then in that instance, it's a good time to go ahead and start, dumping some of your gifts into that specific hero just to get them to bond level 10. Otherwise, you're going to get to a point where you're going to use too many of these if you use these early on. When you got to do a bond patrol 50 times in order to complete that quest, you're going to have a ton of extra bond experience points. And I mean, it's not bad, to get them to like 11 and 12 and 13. You get some of this premium currency, the black crystals. But really, once you get them to bond level 10, that's like the sweet spot, because that's the condition to upgrade them to the LR rarity. Once you get them to bond level 10, it's kind of just like, all right, I'm just grinding to get a little bit of extra black crystals. That's it. So you definitely want to make sure you try and get as many characters as you can to that LR rarity, especially your main 4 early on. And if you do go ahead, like I said, and spend too many gifts early on one hero just to get them to 10 to complete that one quest, then you're going to be kicking yourself, because that's something you could have used on one of your other 4 main heroes if you needed to get them to that level 10 bond to get a bunch of LR rarity heroes right off the bat. I mean, really early game, you can do it. I've only spent 99 cents in this game to get the first top-up pack, and we doing pretty good. We got Mars, we've got Mosa, the healer, and hey, today we got even blessed more. We've got Asta from the Clover Academy. So I pretty much have almost all of the 3 season 1 characters, and then my Gate of Reunion character I have is going to be Yami. So in that instance, I'm going to have all 3 season 1 heroes completed. 99 cents, only 1 pack, and hey, it's definitely possible in this game. That is it. I hope you guys and girls enjoyed this video. More videos to come. I'm going to do best gear guide next. Stay happy, stay safe. I'll see y'all later. Peace.